Anchor got tightly caught in the revolving door. Even more worse was the man kept desperately pushing the door because the woman was trapped inside the revolving.
Guys, I had to do something in the bathroom, so. So. Yeah, I had to poo-poo. I'm not gonna show you that. That's inappropriate. Guys, just recapping. I ain't gotta do no letters and math. Oh yeah. My booty. It's good. Okay, guys, I'm gonna put upstairs.
Belonged to her. Just then, she noticed something terrifying. The dead security guard's hand was changing. It had become another black hand, and it twitched. The captain froze in shock. Meanwhile, Hakkun wasn't doing so well either. He coughed up a mouthful of blood, his eyes rolled back, and he collapsed. No matter how hard the captain tried, he couldn't save him. That's when it hit them. Anyone touched by the hand was infected with a deadly virus. Bongsu quickly grabbed every bottle of disinfectant he could find. To their surprise, the hand reacted to it. It worked. The captain handed him more disinfectant and said, "Wake your wife up, it's time to fight back." Bongsu finally got his wife to wake up, but the moment she saw the chaos, she screamed like crazy. So Bongsu slapped her. She slapped him right back. He said, "Well, now you're definitely awake." The captain tossed a bottle of disinfectant to Bongsu and shouted, "Take out that hand." But just then, Quan sat up. He had turned into a zombie. Bongsu had to change plans and attack Quan first. Suddenly, zombie Hakkun grabbed the captain's leg and sank his teeth into it. Bongsu rushed over and dumped an entire bottle of disinfectant on him. It worked. Hakkun let go, and the captain was safe, but he was already infected. He didn't have much time. Before he lost his mind, he told Bongsu to ignite the phone and use the explosion to blast open the door. Bongsu jumped toward Quan's body, desperately searching for a lighter. He found one, but the toilet hand suddenly grabbed his head. In one last move, he tossed the lighter to his wife. To save her husband, his wife took off her shirt, lit the lighter, and sprayed a mist into the flame, sending a fire burst straight at the creepy hand. She managed to rescue Bongsu, and luckily he wasn't hurt. Time was running out. Bongsu aimed the flame at the phone. After a few seconds of roasting, boom! The phone exploded, blasting a hole right through the front door. But there was still a hand outside. Bongsu lit it up with fire again until the door finally opened. They were about to escape until they saw what was waiting for them. The entire apartment was filled with those terrifying hands. Panicked, they turned to the captain for advice, but he was already dying. Moments later, he passed away. Just as they were trying to think of a plan, one of the hands grabbed Bongsu's wife. Bongsu kicked the hand hard, but it wouldn't let go. Only fire finally burned it off, but she had already been scratched. And worst of all, they were out of spray. Seeing her getting weaker, Bongsu didn't hesitate. He rushed into the hand-filled room without looking back. He quickly found another can of spray, but the sight of those moving hands made his skin crawl. Right then, his wife showed her bravery again. She told Bongsu to take off his shirt. She ripped it in half and wrapped it around the toilet plunger. When Bongsu lit the new torch, the flames grew bigger and stronger. With that, they moved gracefully through the chaos, burning down one hand after another. But his wife was badly hurt. This time, Bongsu stepped up. He carried her in his arms and ran out of the apartment like a true hero. When he finally woke up, He was in a hospital bed. A nurse gently checked on him, but all he wanted to know was, "Where's my wife?" The nurse smiled and said, "She's safe, and so is the baby." "The baby?" Bong-su looked confused. She wasn't even pregnant. He turned his head quickly and saw a black hand outside his hospital room. That was it. Bong-su had had enough. He yanked out the IV tubes, stood up tall, and became a hand-slaying warrior. He swore he would destroy every last one of those cursed hands.
Keon, press on the team.
Followed by screams from downstairs. Confused, Jun-woo walked out to the balcony, and what he saw left him completely shocked. The outside world was in total chaos. People were flooding out of buildings in a panic. A fire truck crashed out of control, and then he saw someone on the street biting another person. Just then, a woman rushed to protect her daughter with a kitchen knife in hand, but the moment she got close, her own daughter lunged at her and started biting her like a wild animal. Jun-woo watched in horror, completely stunned, and just when he had no idea what to do next, there was a sudden loud knock at the door. He looked through the peephole. Everything outside seemed normal again. Curious, he reached for the door handle, but the moment he opened it, a man barged in. Startled, Jun-woo backed away. It was his neighbor, Sang-chul. They weren't close at all, and Jun-woo's first instinct was to kick him out, but Sang-chul refused to leave. He begged, "Let me use your bathroom. I'll be out right after that." With no better option, Jun-woo reluctantly agreed and turned on the TV. That's when he finally learned the truth. A mysterious virus was spreading through the city. It turned people into raging zombie-like monsters, and anyone bitten would be infected too. Jun-woo started to panic. He remembered there was blood on Sang-chul's clothes. Frightened, he began looking for a weapon. Right then, Sang-chul walked out of the bathroom. Jun-woo grabbed a knife and shouted for him to leave. Sang-chul insisted he was fine, but in the very next second, his eyes suddenly turned blood red, and then something terrifying began to happen. Facing Sang-chul as he charged forward, Jun-woo's adrenaline shot through the roof. Using all his strength, he finally managed to shove Sang-chul out of the apartment. But just as he slammed the door shut, before he could even catch his breath, the noise he made attracted something even worse. Outside, Sang-chul was pinned down by a much larger, terrifying zombie. Seeing this, Jun-woo froze, too scared to make even the slightest sound. Once the zombie wandered away, he quickly dragged the refrigerator over and blocked the door tight. Immediately, Jun-woo tried calling his parents to find out if they were okay, but no one answered. Thankfully, not long after, his mom sent him a message saying they were safe for now. She told him clearly, "Stay indoors and wait for rescue." When night came, Jun-woo took stock of the little food he had left. He initially split the food into 7 portions, but after reconsidering, he divided it again into 9. No one could predict how long this chaos would last. The next day, he saw videos online of people asking desperately for help. Inspired, he decided to record his own plea, hoping someone might notice him. But soon, his hopes were dashed. He noticed that some people had even begun live streaming their desperation. If someone out there could help, they would have done something by now. Then Jun-woo saw his drone and suddenly had a bright idea. He tied his phone onto the drone and sent it out to check the situation outside. But what he saw through the drone's camera was truly horrifying. The entire neighborhood had become a zombie playground. Not a single survivor was visible. Feeling hopeless, Jun-woo decided to distract himself by playing a video game. But just as he started the game, he was suddenly disconnected from the server. Apparently, the zombies had started destroying parts of the internet too. Since he couldn't play his game, Jun-woo figured he might as well get some sleep. But around 2:30 in the morning, he was suddenly woken up by strange noises downstairs. Curious and worried, he rushed to check what was going on. But the moment he peeked outside, a bullet whizzed right past his head. Turns out, a female cop downstairs was in a brutal fight against the zombies. She was tough and fearless, but the sound of gunfire attracted even more of them. And to make things worse, she ran out of bullets. As she tried to reload, one of the zombies lunged and tackled her to the ground. More zombies quickly piled on, pinning her down with no way out. In a moment of pure desperation, she raised